Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to give you a really simple outline for how to do a presentation for a group class or a one-on-one. So if you want to see what the differences are for the two, then keep watching. If your classes are great and you like the way it's going, keep doing it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I am Teresa, and in this video I'm going to show you how to present in a class setting or a one-on-one about the product. I'm going to keep it really simple and give you the basic outline so you can begin presenting with confidence right now. This outline will work no matter what your topic is and no matter how detailed you want to get. The outline for a group class and a one-on-one are similar, but there are a few differences, so I'll show you what those are. In my comprehensive training, which is not fast track, I have videos that will give you way more information about the nuances of presenting in a class and a one-on-one and how to close. But for Fast Start, I'm keeping it simple. But even in Fast Start, I have people who want more details, more help than what you'll see in this video. So what I've done in step one for you is given you this video that keeps it as simple as I can get it. And then I've included a few supplemental videos in the bonus section for this step that come at the end of this step that have more information, but they're still not like the full comprehensive videos. They're kind of in between, so you can delve deeper if you want. If you have a tendency to get overwhelmed, I want you to watch this video, do several presentations first, just following this outline. Then when you watch the more detailed videos in this section in the bonus videos, it'll just feel like, oh, perfect. This is more information I can just add to make it better. As you set up your appointments or classes, if you have an upline who's going to be helping you, that's great. Ask them to teach your first class, and then the next few classes, you'll team teach with them, with you teaching more and more of the class each time. But I have enough experience to know that there are a lot of situations and a lot of reasons why your upline may not be an option for you. I've seen so many builders let this become a problem for them, and I know that should never stop you from being able to build your business and move forward. So if they're going to be involved, great. If they're not, that's great too. Let them be as involved as possible, but if your upline isn't going to be involved, you know the drill. That's totally fine. This is your business. You take responsibility. First, let's go over how to present in a class setting where you're presenting to a group. There are 5 parts to the agenda of the class. It's that simple. You just tell a few details about each of these items on the list, and there's your class. You want to keep your class to about 45 minutes to an hour if it's a group. An hour and 15 minutes is the ultimate cutoff. If you go longer, people won't stay after to enroll, and you'll create a lot more work for yourself, needing to do a lot more following up so that they will eventually enroll. Before you begin, make sure you're giving them any handouts you want them to have. I like to put the handouts on the seats. It gives the early birds something to look at, something to do if they're not involved in a conversation, and make sure your handouts include the enrollment form at the back. Don't put that one at the top. It'll make them feel like all you care about is trying to get them to buy something. Part 1, ask them what health challenges they want to learn about during your class. Make sure you write them down so you don't forget to cover them during the class. And if you're new, you're probably thinking, well, I don't know how to answer their questions. But don't worry, I'll show you how to answer them when you get to that part of the class. It's easy. This part should take about 5 minutes. Part 2 is where you welcome them. Tell them a little bit about the handouts you gave them. Share why you got involved with the oils and what they've done for you, and tell them a little bit about doTERRA, the company. A few tips on this: your story should only take about a minute or 2, with the rest of this time taken up sharing about doTERRA. When you talk about doTERRA, tell your favorite things about the company, but make sure you include 2 things. First, tell them about the humanitarian aid doTERRA is doing all over the world. Include co-impact sourcing. And second, tell them how the oils are sourced responsibly to take care of our planet and to ensure the availability of the oils. This section should take about 5 minutes. Part 3 is where you will tell them what essential oils are and talk a little bit about the quality of doTERRA. It's a really good idea to talk about how you can find doTERRA oils on the internet, but you can't be sure of the quality. Sometimes we've had people receive the oils that they purchased on the internet, and half the oil was emptied out and filled back up with olive oil. When you order the way we're showing you today, your oils come straight from the company, so you know it's pure. You can also show them the QR code on the bottle, tell them they can look up every single oil to check the quality of that batch. This section should take about 5 minutes. Part 4 is where you're going to tell them the 3 ways that you can use the oils and which oils are good for which health challenges. The 3 ways you can use them are topically, aromatically, and internally, and then give them a few ideas of how to use them in each of those categories. For example, to use the oils aromatically, they can use a diffuser. They can put a couple of drops under their nose. They can smell it straight out of the bottle. Then, talking about which oils are good for which health challenges should be the most fun part of the class. Turn it into an oil application party. Get those oils passed around the room, get people putting them on, tell your favorite oils what they're good for, have other people share their experiences, and this is where you are going to be answering the questions they had at the very beginning. But don't worry, you don't have to know all the answers. You just show them an essential oils book and tell them how it works, that you just look up your health challenge and it will tell you exactly what oils you can use to help support that. Then you proceed to all the questions and look them up in the book as you go. And you can even get the app that goes along with your essential oils books. I'll even encourage everyone in the class right then to get the app. Then pass those oils around and tell them how to apply it. You can also ask for input from people in the class. And I'm going to give you a tip that will help create stability for your team that you will not believe. In every single class you teach, always talk about the Lifelong Vitality Pack. It doesn't have to be long, but you need to share a few tidbits that let people know they do not want to live without them. And the more you learn about them, the more you'll realize you don't want to live without them. You guys, you really don't have to know very much at all, and you'll learn as you go. This section should take about 20 to 30 minutes. Part 5 is the close. This is where you're going to let them know you have special gifts for people who set up a class for you, explain how they can buy the oils. You're going to let them know about the loyalty rewards program and how it can save them a lot of money. You're going to mention that there's a business opportunity in doTERRA, and then you're going to end the class. This should take about 7 minutes. I'm going to give you the wording to end the class because I think it will help a ton. But of course, don't worry about saying it word for word. Just start teaching and work on getting a little bit better each time you teach. Don't end by saying, thank you all for coming, and if you have oils you want to buy, we can help you. That creates confusion. People want to know what to do next, and they like it when you tell them. So here's a script you can use, or you can change it up if you like. But if you are not getting a 90% close rate or higher at your classes, then I would encourage you to use this wording. For those of you who have oils you're wanting to try, what you'll want to do is to start filling out the form that looks like this. And of course, you're holding it up and pointing to it as you talk. And it's the enrollment form. And you see this line in the middle of the page right here. You'll want to fill out everything below that line. Just make sure you fill in all the sections that are highlighted, and then that will make sure you don't miss anything. The stuff at the top, that's just which kit you want or what oils you want, and we'll help you with that to make sure you get the cheapest price. And the information on here is almost the exact same information you'd fill out if you were going to buy something online. You are making it really easy for them to buy. I don't always love having them enroll on the computer at the class unless they really want to, because by the time you get your computer to them, turn it on, wait for the enrollment page to load, and then you've got other people in line waiting for their turn at the computer. I find that often it is a much more pleasant and quick experience for them if you have the paper enrollment form. If people are having to wait, it can take away some of that magic that you just created in the class. There are other reasons too that I'll make sure you know in my comprehensive training, but of course, do whatever setup works for you. To end the class, let them know you appreciate them taking their time to be there. Let them know that now you'll be coming around the room to help answer their questions about the oils or any health challenges they want to know more about. Then you work with each person for as long as is appropriate in the setting and help them figure out which oils they'll want to get for that. Here's a little hint for you. People can't always start off with all the oils they want. In fact, most people can't. So once they decide which oils they want to start with, then help them get their LRP set up so they can order a few more oils each month until they have everything they want or need. And there is your class. That gives you an outline with enough information that you can do this on your own if you need to, even if you're new at this. Now I'll show you what it looks like for a one-on-one. It's almost the same, but there are some slight differences. One of the differences is that your part of a one-on-one should take about 30 minutes. So you will be condensing information. When you first arrive, of course, you'll exchange some pleasantries. Don't let this go on too long. When you're doing a one-on-one, sit kitty corner from them if you can. That's usually more comfortable for people. Don't give them all the handouts at the beginning, but have the handouts sitting out on the table so you can refer to them throughout the presentation if you need to. Part 1 of the one-on-one, you're going to let them know what you're going to cover so they'll know what to expect. Tell them, we're going to talk about doTERRA essential oils, but first I want to hear about your health goals so I don't bore you with information you don't care about. Then we'll go over a little bit about the company and some of the products. You don't have to buy anything if you don't want to, but if you do see something you like, you can order it today. And now that you've shared the agenda, ask them, so what things do you want to make sure we go over today? Then make sure you write down anything they mentioned so that you don't forget to cover it. This should take about 30 seconds to a minute. Part 2 is when you're finding out about their health challenges or goals and writing them down. You've just told them the agenda. Part 2 is when you actually are writing it down. Part 3, ask them what they already know about doTERRA so you can skip those parts during your presentation. Don't include your story in a one-on-one because in a one-on-one, it ends up feeling like this is all about you, and we don't want that. Tell them about the company, what essential oils are and the quality, and don't include information they told you they already know. This part should take about 2 to 3 minutes. Part 4 is just like part 4 of the group class. So you'll talk about the 3 ways to use the oils and which oils are good for which health challenges. But again, you'll condense it and make sure this part is fun. Open up the oils, smell them, start applying them all over the place. In this part, as you talk about the health challenges they mentioned at the beginning, you can have them make notes on their paper to keep track of which oils are for which item. This part should take about 10 minutes. Part 5 is the close, and this is done a little differently in a one-on-one. The first thing you'll do in the close is to help them figure out which oils they would need for each of the health challenges they mentioned. If you've been keeping track of it throughout the presentation, then this part will just feel like an extension of that, like you're finishing up. You'll help them as they decide which oils they want to start with. You're going to let them know about the loyalty rewards program and how it can save them a ton of money. You are going to mention that there's a business opportunity in doTERRA, and then you're going to help them fill out the enrollment form. You'll wait until the very end to ask if there are people they think might be interested in the oils. And I let them know that if anyone has a one-on-one with me or they hold a class with me, that you will get a free oil for helping me out. This part takes as long as they need to figure out what they want to buy, but don't let your time with them take longer than a total hour, or it starts to feel invasive. Now remember, your part took 30 minutes, but if it takes as much as an hour, it's because after the 30 minutes, now you're taking time with them to help answer their questions and figure out which oils for which health challenges. Okay, for your action item, get in your notebook, write out your outline for your presentations with the 5 steps of what you need to do and in what order. Write the outline on a small card if you're going to need it for your class or your one-on-one, and make sure you don't forget to let me know what's working for you. Put it in the comments below. It's fun for me to hear, and it always helps other people to hear from you too. Thanks you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave me a thumbs up. If you think this training will help somebody else, please pass it on to them. My other videos will be to the side if you want to check them out, and subscribe to my channel if you want to be notified when my new videos are coming out. I also notify everybody on my Instagram, my Facebook, about all the stuff we have coming up, so you can follow me there too, and I always give away lots of oils and free stuff there, so would love to have you connect with me there. And before I let you go, I want to challenge you today to be validating first. What I mean by that is when you are talking with people, make sure your responses, your questions, all your communication is caring about them first before you care about you. If someone's telling you their feelings, which may even be tough for you to hear if it's a tough situation, first say validating things before you say your thoughts, your feelings, and your frustrations. And make sure when you validate first that it sounds sincere. If it doesn't sound sincere, it doesn't count. And P.S., tell me about those in the comments below too. Love you guys. Bye.